So I got to ask you about Hit Network, man. We get reports that CFTC is going after Hit Network, which was the company you used to work with and all that. What the hell is going on there? And what do you think might be the outcome?
Ooh. What I will say is this is going to be one of the most significant things that ever happened in the history of crypto. And it's going to go beyond areas outside of crypto. I'm not a financial advisor. I can't say much more than that about what's happening overall. But what I can tell you about the subpoena to the CFTC, which I've never seen. I've never seen the subpoena. I still haven't seen it. So you have to understand that sometimes there are people out there that think they're on top and they think that they're alphas and they're winners, people like me. And then you come to find out later on that maybe you weren't as great as you thought, because maybe there were some people that were assisting you to do some things you didn't realize they were helping. And let's say there's another person who is very similar, very, very cocky, thinks they have everything under control. You know, sometimes those people have a tendency to make people above them very angry by saying things like, they know who this person is, and things like that. And some people who are watching this will understand that and some will not. But the point is, with the subpoena, you have to understand what came first. No, actually, the subpoena was sent on July 16th, so it was sent first. I did not know about it until I was alerted by Tim Copeland of Decrypt about it and asking me for a comment. I didn't know that they had received it. So they received that on the 16th. And then on the 23rd of July, TJ Shed received a note from the IRS saying that his company, his personal holding company that he owns 100% of, is being audited by the IRS. It's very interesting. A lot of people know what I've accused Hit Network of being, a criminal syndicate, a money laundering organization. And I think there are going to end up being connections to drug dealing and human trafficking. I know that sounds insane, wow, but I believe that is what some people are going to come to find out. I think that's what this is connected to. And, you know, it's interesting. I came up with the name Hit Network. I thought of my cousin, Brody Smithwick, Brody James Smithwick. He was the one. I remember he told me about a company, and that's where I got the name from, Hit Network. I named it, but I didn't realize, I think maybe I was coached into naming it a bit. You have to understand the business architecture of the companies. You had two holding companies. One was Better Than TJ LLC, which is of course mine. And then you had TJ SJ, which was TJ's, okay? And the thing is that the way that these were set up, all the companies underneath, except for the real estate that he forged and kind of got me out of later, except for the real estate, or tried to get me out of, all of the companies were owned by one larger entity, which is called BJ Investments. BJ, that's weird, Brody James, anything like that. But BJ Investment. And the thing is that it was set up to have many companies underneath it, okay? And this is very important. BitBoy Crypto was under the name, or under the company that I created, an LLC, eventually merged into a company called High Throughput Productions, or HTP. Because everybody knows, you know, I said I was the hardest working channel in crypto, and I put out more content, more high quality content than anybody, and I have for a long time. High throughput, you know, it was like, we're doing this. So anything that's connected to BitBoy Crypto would be done through High Throughput Productions. And it's very interesting when you look at the way that these subpoenas and audits were sent out. It was sent out, the IRS audit, to TJ's personal company. It doesn't have anything to do with my company. Doesn't have anything to do with the companies, the other companies that we had. It only has to do with his own personal holding company. Isn't that interesting? And then you look at the CFTC audit, and of course they were trying to do their spin on things, and we're like, oh, and so, you know, his name is, my name's not in the subpoena. My name is not in the subpoena. And you have to understand that Hit Network is under the LLC Hit Network, which is under BJ Investments. So you have BJ Investments here, you have, let's say, Hit Network here, and you had High Throughput Productions here, okay? These are separate. So why would they send a subpoena to Hit Network? And you see, Bitcoin is one of the coins that's included in this. And of course, this is their banner. Oh, but what people are going to find is they owned all the wallets that were dumping. And they tried to make it look like to my own employees that I was out there selling millions of dollars worth of Bitcoin. And all of that is going to come out. And they know that it's a ticking time bomb. It's coming very fast. This, in the next 2 weeks, I believe maximum, this is all going to break. If it doesn't break today or tomorrow, it could break any moment. And people are going to see that I was literally removed by people. They didn't need me. They were running pump and dump schemes. They were doing phishing attacks. They were hacking people. Justin Williams was in his group. And I don't know if DJ and his dad were too. His dad also was involved in all this. And we have all the addresses. And I think that there's this, narrative, because my name is in the article that was written about it, that somehow, because Bitcoin's involved, it links back to me. No. Mr. X told me specifically to hold on to Bitcoin. I thought earlier this year, I thought about selling it, not to make money, to get out of it, because there's too much pressure. It's too much pressure. And Mr. X has constantly pushed me not to get rid of it. And now I know why. This is one of the reasons, is because it's going to come out. But the only reason it failed, or it was failing, was because of the massive supply that they were holding and they were dumping. And it's also going to come out, Bendadis is involved in all this. There's a reason there's all these Colorado connections. There's a lot of Colorado connections to Colorado, Arizona, connections to the stuff, Philadelphia. There's a lot of connections there, a lot of connections in New York. And people are going to see all this, play out. And I think that I'm on a fourth vacation right now. I'm making a little bit of content because of the XRP stuff yesterday, but I'm in a place where I'm very safe and I'm protected. And I'm only doing this interview with you, Tony, because I asked you and I told you I thought about canceling, but I appreciate you. And I want to come on and talk a little bit about this, maybe in order to set some things straight for some people, is that what has happened with Hit Network is going to be, I'm not going to call it the most significant event in the history of crypto, because of course, Silk Road, Ross Ulbricht, Mt. Gox, those are more significant. This is going to go down as one of the most significant, because people are going to start to understand there was a reason why there was a lot of weird things happening around me specifically, because the center of this investigation, I believe, is going to turn out to be someone very, 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 very close to me. Someone that I would have never expected this from. And this person's going to end up being the center of this investigation. People are going to find this. I would just tell you on chain analysis, we've done chain analysis. I would tell you that the chain analysis that we have done, along with our assistance from our cop from Minnesota, Jake, who's been helping us, is that some of these addresses that are connected to Hit Network, I'm not going to say they are Hit Network, they're connected to Hit Network, touches child porn. That is one thing I will say.
Oof.
We know that factually. That's 100% correct. No questions about it. And we also know that there's an address that connects back to the parody hack. There's an address that connects to so much of the big stolen money between July and August, mostly July, almost all during July of 2017. And people can go back and look. There were several hacks.